Hey guys, today I'm filming my April favorites for 2017. I have quite a few products that I am very excited to share with you guys, and the first product was a surprise favorite, but really exciting. I hit pan on my very first blush today. If you guys have seen my makeup collection, you know how many blushes I have, and I always try to rotate through them, so I've never really used one enough to hit pan, and hitting pan on this blush completely caught me by surprise. I was just putting my makeup on, watching a YouTube video. I looked down and I realized I freaking hit pan. So the blush I hit pan on is Benefit Coralista. I hope you can see that little flash of silver pan. Of course, this is not a ton of pan, but it definitely still counts for me. Also, the product right around the pan is pretty thin, and if I use this a couple more days in a row, I think I can really help expand the pan, but this is so exciting for me. And this is almost like a creamsicle kind of color. I think it is super wearable, and with some of the makeup looks I was wearing this month when I used this blush, I felt like this blush almost went on like a neutral. It didn't look bright peachy pink. It looked neutral on me, which was super cool. So I do like the formula of this blush. I do like the color. It is actually one of the first gifts that my husband ever bought me when we very first started dating. So I have had this for a long time, and I'm really surprised I hit pan on this, but also very excited. So yay, hit pan on my very first blush. So then for the rest of the favorites, I have a concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. I've been using this, I think, since December or January, so it's been trucking for a long time. And I wanted to basically let you guys know that I do love this, and I wanted to talk to you about how I use this. So if you guys watch a lot of Instagram makeup tutorials or YouTube tutorials, when people are doing a full face of glam, they will just glob on that concealer under their eye in a triangle and bring it all the way down here, fill it in, and do the center of the face. This concealer is very full coverage, and it has so much pigment. I don't think it is necessary to glob it on all over the place. I think you're gonna look cakey and you're gonna end up wasting a lot of product. So I wanted to explain the way that I use it. And I have the shade Fair, like I said, which is very light, which is fantastic. It does highlight really well. This does have a really nice full coverage, more of a natural finish, and it does have that big doe foot applicator, so this does hold a lot of product. So usually what I will do is go from like the back side of the applicator, because it has a little less product. I will do the triangle but not fill it in, do the triangle on the other side, and then I blend it in with a sponge. You can use whatever sponge you like. I've been using the Real Techniques Mini Miracle Eraser sponges. I could use the pointed side of the regular Real Techniques sponge and it'll work well, but because I already have these, I've just been using this. I've been using the flat side. So I will take the sponge and I will start blending right where I apply the product, and then I will move up right to my lash line. I don't want to glob a bunch of concealer right under my lash line, which is why I'm starting down here so it can fade up. And then I usually have a decent amount of product still left on the sponge, and then I'll hit the center of my chin and my Cupid's bow. Then I will do the same on this eye, going over right where the triangle is, working up towards right under my lash line, taking whatever's left, going on my nose and the center of my forehead, because I want to highlight the center of my face, but not so crazy intense. And I find that these work really well together, and also just using any sponge, but applying it that way, I do still get extremely full coverage. I look very highlighted, but I'm not wasting a ton of product and I'm not looking cakey. So I did just want to let you guys know that if you are used to globbing on your concealer, I don't think it is necessary with this concealer, but Tarte Shape Tape is totally worth the hype. I have a couple other face favorites. The first is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This was a favorite of mine last year when I had first tried it out. I do think this is worth the hype. This does come in two shades, light bronzer and bronzer. I have the shade bronzer, and my friend Emily has both of these, and she let me know what the difference was. So it isn't that one shade is darker than the other. She says light bronzer has a bit more of a shimmer, while the bronzer shade has a subtle sheen. The light bronzer is more warm, while the regular bronzer is more of a neutral tone. So that is the difference between the two. If you were curious, it isn't that one is necessarily darker than the other. I love this bronzer. I love the scent. It does smell like sunscreen to me, which reminds me of the beach. I really, really enjoy it. I smell it when I'm applying it. I don't smell it on my face throughout the day. I love the formula of this. It isn't too chalky or powdery or too stiff. This is so easy to work with. I do apply it with a stippling brush, which is how I apply all of my bronzer. I just get a nice light dusting around my face. This looks beautiful. It works so well. This is one of the best bronzers out there for fair skin, and I do know a lot of people with a light medium skin tone that like it as well. I know that the Physicians Formula Butter Blushes, they just released 2 more shades at Walmart, I think, that should work for more medium skin tones. So I hope they release more shades of this bronzer because the formula is incredible. And this is definitely a holy grail item for me. And last for face, I have one blush. This is theBalm's Frat Boy. This has been one of my holy grail blushes for years back in the day when I did have a small blush collection. It has withstood the test of time and is still a favorite. So this is what it looks like. It is a matte pink tone peach shade. I love that this is bright but also a bit muted. I can wear this with so many different looks. I've worn it a ton this month. theBalm blushes are a bit more on the powdery side, but I don't mind it because they're very pigmented and they're really easy to work with. I either use the Up and Up blush brush or my Sigma F15 Duo Fiber blush brush to apply this because it is so pigmented, but absolutely still a favorite. One of my holy grail blushes. I never want to be without it. I also find that I can wear that with a ton of different makeup looks. So moving on to eyes, I have 2 different eye looks that I absolutely loved this month. And the first was using my ColourPop pressed eyeshadows. I do have an entire review video. I will have that linked up here. I do have some pretty in-depth mixed-ish opinions on these shadows, but in that review video I had different eyeshadow on each of my eyes. I was wearing the purple shades on one eye and the cranberry shades on the other eye. I have 2 shimmers and 2 mattes. I have the shades Double Date, Pinky Promise, Going Steady, and 143. And if you want to know my thoughts on the formula, check out that review, but I actually thought it was super cool to have 2 different eye looks on at the same time, and that is going to be my tutorial for the month. I know it's kind of weird, it's not wearable really, but I just thought it was super cool and fun. Also, that is not something I came up with. I'm pretty sure last summer Jay Kissa did that all the time. Also, I want to thank you guys so much for all of the compliments you gave me on my videos this month. I was wearing a lot of different colorful eye looks and you guys gave me lots of compliments, so thank you so much. But my favorite look this month that I did was my purple look using some Makeup Geek and ColourPop shadows. This is a look that I was wearing in my spring beauty haul video, which I'll go ahead and link up here. On my lid, I was wearing ColourPop Daddy, which was a limited edition shade from a spring collection in 2015. And this is a pressed pigment, which means that the ingredients in this might not be suitable for all skin. If you do have sensitive skin, this might cause you some irritation. Also, this shade did stain my eyelid when I was wiping off all of my makeup in the shower. The next morning, there was a bit of staining left, but I actually went in with a little bit of makeup remover and it just came right off. So it's not a big deal, but I did want to let you know that's why this is technically a pressed pigment instead of a matte shadow, because this is the same formula as their matte shadows. This color is a beautiful bright purple. I did apply it on my lid and I did use the ColourPop eyeshadow brush, the flat shader brush. It worked perfectly. If you want to hear my thoughts on the ColourPop eyeshadow brushes, I'll have that review linked up here as well. And then I did use 3 purple Makeup Geek shadows along with that. So as my transition color, I used Petal Pusher. I used Carnival in my crease and Wisteria in my outer corner. These shades are kind of similar, especially these 2, but this one has more pink and it is warmer, and this one has more purple and it is cooler. I love the formula of Makeup Geek shadows, and I think the colors of those went along with this ColourPop shade so well, and it didn't look purple. For some reason, they showed up a little bit more neutral and a lot more wearable than I was expecting. So I really fell in love with that look. I love the formula of all of those shadows, and all of those purples pair so well together. So now for some lip products. There weren't a ton of lip product favorites this month, but the first one I have is the ColourPop Lippie Stick in Westie. I was wearing this in my monthly haul video with that purple eye look. And here's a swatch of Westie. It is a matte finish, and this is a really pretty muted, slightly mauvey pink color. On people that have a more tan skin tone, this might look a little bit more cool tone, but on me it looks muted and has a bit of mauve. I love this color. It is my all-time favorite pink ColourPop lip product and one of my favorite pink lip colors in general. But I do have to say that I'm not sure if it's because this is a lighter shade or if it's all of the ColourPop Lippie Sticks, but I do get that line of separation from the inside of my lip and the lip color, and it almost turns like a white color. It's not exactly white, but it just turns out to be a lighter pink than this, and it is noticeable, which really drives me crazy, and it looks gross. So let me know if you have that problem with ColourPop Lippie Sticks, and let me know if it is all the shades or just some particular finishes or some of the lighter shades. My next product was kind of a surprise favorite. It is the lip color I was using with my ColourPop pressed shadows. This is something I received in a Sephora play box. This is the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Bound. People have been going crazy over these. I know Emily Noel loves the formula and this shade. So that is what Bound looks like. It's a really pretty mauvey color. You guys, the formula of this is incredible. This is very pigmented, but it feels so smooth and plush. It doesn't feel like a lip gloss either, but definitely not like a lipstick. This is not a liquid lipstick. It doesn't really dry down, but whoa, this was so comfortable, and I love this color, especially with that ColourPop eye look. Next, I have a bunch of nail favorites. So all 4 polishes I use this month, I absolutely love. I have really gone through a lot of my polishes and got rid of the ones that I don't think are that good of a formula, and these, all 4 of them are some really great spring staples to me, so I will run through them really quickly, and I will insert some Manicure Mondays so you can see them on my nails. The first one is Essie's Blossom Dandy, which is a really great mint polish with a bit of blue in it. This is opaque in 2 to 3 coats, which is pretty good for an Essie pastel. Then I have OPI You're Such a Budapest, which is a purple tone periwinkle. This does take 3 coats to be opaque, but it is one of my all-time favorite purple polishes. Then we have Formula X Alive, which is a pink tone peach, opaque in 3 coats. Formula X is being discontinued, so make sure you go to your Sephora stores and your Sephora inside JCPenney to see if they have any more Formula X polishes left. I would recommend you pick them up. I do like all of the ones that I've tried so far, and this is a stunning, stunning peach, one of the best peaches I've ever found. And then what I'm wearing on my nails today is the Berry M Jelly Polish in the shade Blueberry, which is a really great cornflower periwinkle blue all mixed together. I really, really like this color, and it is a nice formula as well. So I did love all of those polishes, but the polish that really stood out to me this month is my toenail polish. This is China Glaze for Audrey. This is the color I always use on my toenails, and the reason this is a favorite this month is because I just started painting my toenails again. I didn't even bother with it in the winter time because I was always wearing socks and boots, and I just didn't need to do it. So because it is warmer, I'm starting to wear my sandals again, which I love wearing sandals, so that's really awesome. And I've been painting my toes. I love this color. It is a beautiful Tiffany's blue, and this is opaque in 2 coats on my toes, but on my fingers it does take usually about 3, but I do love this formula, and I think the color is gorgeous. And you have one more beauty favorite, and this is a perfume sample. This is the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I, for some reason, thought I didn't like this scent, but I started using the sample and I absolutely fell in love. It is an amazing floral scent that has a bit of sweetness to it. It definitely does not smell like a typical powdery floral grandma scent. I think it is incredible, and I mentioned this in my haul video as well. My sister was very kind to give me her rollerball. She has the whole set and she only uses the big bottle, so she gave this to me, which is so exciting, so I don't have to go out and buy that perfume and I can just use this. But I would definitely recommend going to your Ulta, Sephora, Macy's, Nordstrom, and smelling this perfume because it smells real good. Hey guys, I am just popping into this favorites video real quick because I realized that I forgot to mention quite a few random favorites. So my first random favorite of the month is a YouTube video from LaurenMaeBeauty. You guys know I talk about her all the time. She is one of my favorite YouTubers. She's amazing at project panning, and she has a lot of really fun series she's been starting on her channel this year, and I have loved all of them. So the newest series she has started is a ColourPop singles cruise, where she is taking 4 ColourPop eyeshadows and creating a look out of them. I will have her video linked down below. I'm really glad that she is doing this. I have so many ColourPop shadows. Some of them I haven't even used because I'm not sure how to wear them. And I think I will be able to get a lot of inspiration out of Lauren's looks, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of those videos from her. And then I have a couple song favorites. I'm still loving everything from last month, but there were a couple 90s throwback songs that I fell in love with this month. And these are songs I may have heard the chorus once or twice, but I wasn't familiar with the groups or those songs. The first song is C'est La Vie by Bewitched. They are a girls group of 4 girls. They are either Irish or Scottish. I cannot quite remember. And the music video is so odd. Like, they're wearing double denim. They do a nice little river dance. And the song has so many sexual innuendos, which makes it hilarious if you watch the video, because the video is just so weird. So I will have it linked down below. And I've also been loving 2 songs from the boy band 5, which is a band that I had never heard of before. And the songs that I have been loving is When the Lights Go Out and Slam Dunk the Funk. You guys have probably heard of Slam Dunk the Funk, maybe the chorus in a movie or something forever ago. I will have both of those videos linked down below. For a bunch of white guys, they have a lot of swag, especially for being in the 90s. Like, I love those songs so much. I have listened to all of their other songs and I don't like them. It's just those 2 that I really enjoy. I also rediscovered a TV show. So forever ago, you guys know on VH1, there were a ton of celebrity dating shows, and you guys may have seen Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav. Of course, I watched it. I watched both of the seasons, and a bunch of girls from season 1 and 2 ended up on Charm School, which is basically Monique, who is the headmistress, and she is trying to teach these girls some class. And this is a show that came out forever ago. I watched it back in the day, but I recently found it on YouTube, and I found full episodes of the entire first season, and I will have that linked down below. I just love that good VH1 reality trash TV, and I'm really excited to be able to find it on YouTube because I'm pretty sure none of those shows are on Netflix. And that would be 2 TV shows that just started up again. That would be the Real Housewives of New Jersey and the Real Housewives of Potomac. New Jersey is always going to be my favorite. New Jersey is why I started watching the show. It was the very first Real Housewives I ever watched consistently and really got into. Now I watch all of them. Potomac is the newest Real Housewives, I believe, and they've only had 2 seasons, and it's okay. It's not my favorite. They're really kind of bougie for me, but it is definitely dramatic and still interesting. So I do love both of those, but New Jersey is always going to be my favorite. And my other random favorite is from Instagram, is allowing you to post multiple pictures, so it's kind of like a slideshow. Now that I'm thinking about it, this may have been around for a while, but I just did one for the very first time this month. I had done a wishlist Wednesday of Kathleen Light's spring polish collection, and I just included the pictures of all the bottles and then of the swatches of the 3 shades that I wanted, and that was really fun. I really liked that, and I think I want to do that more often. So that was my April favorites for 2017. I would love to know your thoughts on these products as well as your favorites of the month in a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.